If you clicked on this video, it's probably because you want to build an aesthetic physique but don't know where to start, lack the motivation, or are simply overwhelmed by all the different information that you see online. Well, I'm here to tell you it's really not that complicated. In fact, as a beginner, you can do 80% of the things you do in the gym wrong and still make solid progress, simply because your body is not used to the stimulus that it's being given. So any stimulus is basically a good stimulus, if that makes sense. Therefore, what I recommend any beginner to do is to keep it stupid simple and just focus on the basics, because it's those basics that will provide you with a solid foundation to build from. These basics are prioritizing compound lifts like the bench, the squat, the pull up, an overhead press, and some kind of horizontal pulling movement. If your sole focus would be just to get stronger on those, you'd already be on your way to building a really solid physique and some good strength. Then it's just a matter of adding a few isolation movements for the arms and shoulders, and you've basically got everything covered. If you want a full beginner training program, you can just plug into an app and start using. Then you can join my community. The link will be in the description. Next is diet, and here my advice would be not to go on any diet or start meticulously tracking your calories and weighing every gram of food that you are consuming. Because trying to do everything at once will only lead to getting overwhelmed, losing motivation, and eventually quitting. In fact, for the first few months of training, I didn't even bother changing my diet at all. All I knew was that protein was important, so I tried eating a bit more of it. But I didn't drink any shakes, I didn't take any supplements, I didn't even track anything until way later. The reason I didn't need to, I was seeing solid progress week to week and month to month, and I didn't want to complicate things too much, so I didn't bother. I just stuck to the basics until I was ready to go up a level. Now, I'm not saying that you absolutely can't do any of those things. You definitely can, and they probably will speed up your progress a little bit if you manage to do them consistently. Just realize they're only supplement to the basics. And then lastly, I just want to touch on recovery a little bit. Again, most people make this way more complicated than it needs to be or are really obsessive with it. But if you're watching this, you're probably a young guy, and honestly, worrying about overtraining as a young guy is just pussy behavior. I mean, sure, it's important, but if you just make sure that you get a good night of sleep, there's pretty much no limit to your energy. As long as you're consistently getting strong in the gym and your muscles feel fresh before you train them, there's absolutely no need to worry, especially as a beginner as well, because the weights you're lifting are just so light, your central nervous system can recover really quickly. It's only once you start getting into much heavier weights that you might want to dial it down a little bit. But for now, I'd say just go as hard as you can without feeling burnt out. And that's pretty much it. If you just stick to these basics, slowly adding a few more things over time, you're well on your way to building a very, very solid physique in the next few months. And I hope this was helpful. See you in another video. Bye.